We are sitting on top of India's largest brownfield coal mines, also called as lignite mines, in Neyveli, Tamil Nadu. Although slightly inferior to the coals or the black coal that we are used to in terms of calorific value, these mines have contributed significantly to India's economic development in the last 50 years since the mines have come into inception. Now that we are talking about cleaner fuels, we are talking about green hydrogen, green ammonia, and methanol, it becomes very important for us to talk about the significance and relevance of these lignite mines in India's future development. To talk to us, we have with us NLC is Chairman and Managing Director, Mr. Prasanna Kumar Motupalli. Welcome to BQ Prime.
Thank
Sir,
you.
as we have spoken about in the intro also, wanted to understand what are the challenges going ahead? Because when we talk about green transition, what a company like lignite coal company like NLC is planning to do in terms of meeting these challenges and becoming green?
As on date, Neyveli Lignite Corporation, that is NLC India Limited, is having both conventional as well as renewable capacity in its portfolio.
Right.
The conventional capacity around 5,000 megawatt and around 1,500 megawatt of renewable capacity. Since beginning, Neyveli Lignite Corporation is giving importance to converting and giving importance to green power generation. Neyveli Lignite Corporation NLC is the first public sector company that added 1 gigawatt capacity of renewable energy in the country. As on date, we are having around 1421 megawatt of renewable capacity. As you rightly said, there is stress for adding the more renewable capacity and for generation of green energy. So NLC is taking 2-3 important steps in this regard. The first one is the existing mining operations and power plant operations to ensure the operations in eco-friendly way. That is the first step we are taking. And second, to aggressively add the renewable capacity so that our portfolio have both conventional as well as a renewable capacity.
Okay. And in terms of your lignite reserves, we are still aware that Lignite Corporation has almost 30 or odd billion tons of reserves. So how you are planning to use these reserves? What kind of potential or scope you see for this kind of coal going ahead? Because of this transition, do you think that government's focus would still be or corporate's focus would still be on coal?
Regarding reserves, India is having around 46 billion metric tons of lignite reserves across the country. Out of that, 80% is there in the state of Tamil Nadu. That is around 32 billion metric ton. And out of that, the Neyveli area itself is having around 22 to 25 billion metric ton. So reserves wise, there is no dearth of reserves. As on date, we are producing around 30 million metric tons of lignite. So reserves wise, it lost more than 150 years. Then coming to the coal, the country is having around 146 billion metric tons of reserves. As on date, the company is extracting around 1 billion tons of coal. So even coal reserves also will last up to more than 100 years. Coming to the importance of coal and lignite based generation in the future scenario, although there is importance of adding the renewable capacity to the energy portfolio for meeting the base load requirement, the lignite and coal based power generation that continue to grow in next 20 to 30 years. As on date, the country is having target of adding 500 gigawatt by 2030. So by 2030, the energy requirement is almost 3,000 billion units, and the capacity requirement is around 7,70,000 megawatt.
Mm.
So, along with the renewables, the conventional generation of lignite and coal based power will be required to maintain the base load, and even in 2047 projections also, around 35 to 40% of the power generation requirements are met through the coal and lignite only.
Okay. And as of now, for Lignite Corporation, how many mines you have in Neyveli, and across India, how many mines we have?
As a,
And do we plan to increase our mining capacity there?
yes, as on date, in Neyveli area, we are having three mines, three big mines, and all three mines are being operated in most professional manner. Recently, in the Government of India ratings, all three mines got the 5-star rating, and one of our mine is number one mine in the country as per ratings of Ministry of Coal. And we are having one mine at Rajasthan, Barsing sir, that is a lignite mine. And we are having coal-based mine at Talabira, Orissa, that is already operational. And one mine we are having in Jharkhand at Pachwara.
Okay.
So, as on date, we are having the coal plus lignite mining capacity of around 52 million metric ton per annum. And we are planning to add one more mine in the Neyveli area, that is mine 3. With that, the capacity will increase by another 12 to 15 million metric ton.
That will be by when you are looking at?
This in next 3-4 years, we are planning to develop it.
The other mine. And sir, you also spoke about your renewable plans going ahead. You were talking about renewables. So, what kind of capacity addition we can look at into renewables? Because that will kind of balance your mining as well as getting green. You know.
Yes, sir.
So, what kind of renewables and what would be the focus areas?
See, as on date, as I already told, we are having 1,421 megawatt of renewable energy.
Okay.
And we were the first to cross 1 gigawatt installed capacity in the country. We are having aggressive capacity addition plans in the renewables, and we want to be a 6,000 megawatt company by 2030. So, in that direction, the actions are already on, and already last month we awarded a 300 megawatt solar thermal power plant near our Barsing sir project, which is already construction is actively going on. We already tenderized the 50 megawatt solar power plant in mine reclaimed plant.
Okay.
This is the first of its kind in the country, where in the mine reclaimed land, we are installing a solar thermal power plant.
In Neyveli.
In Neyveli.
Okay. And apart from solar, do you also plan to focus on, say, wind energy?
Yes,
or,
we will be participating in the wind tenders, and wherever we get the opportunity, we are having plans to have the wind capacity also.
Okay. There is also a lot of, if you look at thermal power companies, developers, they have also started focusing on green hydrogen, green ammonia, methanol kind of generation. So, do you have some plans to enter into diversification into these areas also?
Exactly. Actually, we are having aggressive plans to diversify into green hydrogen and green ammonia.
Okay.
And we are already planning to tenderize for installation of 4 megawatt green hydrogen generation plant in the Neyveli area. Apart from that, we are having planned to convert lignite to methanol. For converting lignite to methanol, one project is envisaged with a investment of around 5,000 crores, and Government of India is also encouraging that project with support. This plant will be constructed in the Neyveli area. Already the tenders are floated, and we are expecting that by September of this financial year, the plant will start. The construction activity will be started, and already the site preparation activities are on. So by 2026, the lignite to methanol project will be ready and production gets started.
Okay. Can you elaborate a little bit more on this? Like, where exactly and how exactly you are planning to do it? Because first you will be converting it into gas and then you will be liquefying it.
Exactly.
So who are the buyers for this kind of methanol in India? And also you are looking to export or something like that?
So as on date, there is a huge demand for methanol in the country, and that's why the prices are also good.
Hmm.
So as on date, we don't have any plan to export this methanol, and there is sufficient market available. So based on that, we did this financial analysis, and we are hopeful that the domestic market will be sufficient to cater the requirement. And the process followed is exactly what you are telling. First, the lignite will be converted into syngas, and subsequently that syngas will be converted into either methanol or diesel as per the requirement.
And what kind of quantity can be produced from the syngas to liquid diesel or methanol?
As on date, we are having plan to convert around 2 million metric tons of lignite to methanol as a pilot project. So once this is through, we will be having expansion of this project.
No, so once we convert lignite into liquid, so how much liquid fuel is
0.4 million metric ton of methanol will be generated.
And what is the application for this methanol? Which are the buyer industries?
Methanol is having a good industrial use, and it is used with along with diesel and petrol also. So
as blended.
it is having good market as on date also, and coming future also.
And this is a massive project expansion plans that you have undertaken. So there must be something on thermal side also you are looking at, because you have lignite, so you have pitheads plants also. So if you can talk a little bit on your thermal side expansion.
In the Neyveli area, we are envisaging 2 into 660 megawatt, that is 1320 megawatt power plant with supercritical technology. That will be the first lignite based supercritical power plant in the country. Already tenders are floated. We are expecting that by the month of September 23, the award will be placed, and we will start the construction activities. Apart from this, we are envisaging award of Talavera Thermal Power Station located in Orissa of 3,200 megawatt, 2,400 megawatt in the phase 1 and 800 megawatt in phase 2. That will be a pitted thermal power station with a very good competitive tariff, because the mine is side by. We already producing 10 million metric tons of coal from Talavera plant. The same coal will be used for power generation. Apart from that, our Ghatampur thermal power station that is having three supercritical units of 660 megawatt of around 1980 megawatt. That is expected for commissioning in the current financial year.
So apart from that, you also have mines in Jharkhand.
Yes.
So are you also looking at pithead plant around that?
No, as on date, the mine we are having at Jharkhand, that is that Pachwara.
Pachwara.
That is for that mine, the end use plant is Ghatampur.
Okay.
So the requirement of Ghatampur will be met by that mine. So installing another power plant there is not
required.
Not required.
Okay. And for all this expansion, what would be the total investment that you will be requiring?
For all these expansions till 2030, we are having corporate plan. For that, the total requirement is around 75,000 crores. And this will be a 70-30 model, and 70% will take a loan. And seeing the credit rating of the company, I don't think it is difficult to get loan.
Okay. And given the kind of production work that we do or the mining that we do, it also envisages a lot of kind of responsibility in terms of balancing the ecology also. So what what are the methods or the means that you are applying as far as the land burden is concerned, as far as land filling is concerned, and also afforestation and greenery and all those things? If you can tell about this to our audience.
See, since beginning, NLC started the mining operations. They are equally taking care of the environment and ecology. The mine reclamation activities, afforestation activities, water bodies development activities, and cultivation activities in the mined out land. All these activities are being taken on top priority. So, as on date, NLC India Limited is famous for their mine reclamation, afforestation, and high-tech cultivation in the mine reclaimed lands. So we are giving top utmost priority to that. In the Neyveli area itself, we planted more than 2 crores of trees
Okay.
that made the entire area very green and eco-friendly.
Okay. And apart from that, as far as you just spoke about 70/30 debt and equity model, so just wanted to understand on the equity side, how exactly you are looking to fund the equity?
See, as on date, we are getting around 1500 crores profit, and with start of operations of Gattampur, we are expecting that that will go and increased capacity addition in the solar, that is expected to go to 2000 crores. And with the increase in production and sale from our Talabira coal mine, the profit is expected to increase to 2500 crores. So after giving the dividend and all those things, the profits we will use for the equity for this generating this 75,000.
Thank you very much for speaking to BQ Prime. It was our pleasure having you on our show.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.